cooking around the world. Today's feature is Ecuador. Ecuador is located in South America and is bordered by Colombia, Peru, and the Pacific Ocean. It has a population of nearly 14 million and the capital city is Quito. Now to our head chef, Patricia.
Hey guys, I'm Patricia, and I'm here with Gabby, a chef from Ecuador, who is going to teach us how to make a popular dish from Ecuador. What will we be cooking today?
Today we'll be cooking ceviche, a popular dish among Ecuadorians. This dish is usually served as an appetizer and is perfect for the summertime, since it's refreshing. Some of the main ingredients in ceviche are fish, lime, tomatoes, cilantro, onions, and salt and pepper. Since Ecuador borders the Pacific Ocean, fish is very popular in many of the dishes.
Sounds good. For our viewers, we have already prepped the food by chopping the cilantro, chopping the tomatoes, cutting the limes in half, and chopping the onions. We have also diced fish. To begin cooking, we are going to pour boiling water over the fish.
Once the water has been poured over the fish, you're going to want to squeeze 8 lime halves over it.
We're just going to finish squeezing these limes, and we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. We squeezed 8 lemon halves each into the boiling water with the fish. What's the next step?
Now we're going to want to lightly sprinkle salt and pepper over the top of each dish. Once you finish that, you're going to want to place it in the refrigerator for 1 hour.
We now have a special guest, Caitlin, a registered dietitian from Ecuador, who will be answering some questions from the audience. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. Since ceviche is already a healthy dish, the only thing that could be modified is the amount of salt used. Using less salt would, of course, be a much healthier choice in this dish. Now questions from the audience. Yes, you, ma'am.
I just want to start off by saying that I love your show. I'm so glad to be here for the Ecuadorian episode.
Thank you.
My question is for Caitlin. How does the location of Ecuador affect their food choices?
Depending on where you live in Ecuador, depends on what foods you eat. For most of the time, if you live in the mountains, you're going to have more food centered around meat-based products, where if you live near the sea, it's of course going to be more seafood-based products.
Okay, thank you.
Another question?
Hi, my name is Katie, and I also have a question for Caitlin. What are the common health issues that occur in Ecuador?
The main 2 health issues that occur in Ecuador are going to be malnutrition and the sanitation of the water. Malnutrition is very severe in impoverished parts of Ecuador. It's due to lack of calories, minerals, and proteins that are made for growing bodies. And the sanitation of the water is greatly affected by the health towards Ecuadorians because it spreads typhoid fever and hepatitis A.
Wow.
One more question?
Hi, my question's often for Caitlin. I was just wondering, as a typical Ecuadorian, are there any modifications they can make to their diet to make them in a more healthier mode?
Yes. Although Ecuadorian diets are very generally healthy, the one thing they do lack is vegetables, and this is due because of the sanitation of the water. They tend to eat much more fruits that have the peels on them because it prevents sanitation from getting in them. So they do lack a lot of the nutrients, minerals, and vitamins found in vegetables.
Alright, thanks.
Well, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure being here.
Now back to our hosts, Patricia and Gabby.
the ceviche has been chilled for 1 hour, what's the next step?
Now we're going to add some optional ingredients. These ingredients are onions, tomatoes, and cilantro. The amount may vary depending on a person's taste.
This is our finished ceviche. It's very colorful.
Here are some plantain chips that are usually added as an end product to the dish.
Thanks for watching Cooking Around the World. Make sure to tune in next week for Germany.
Waiting for the things I never done. Don't let go to my love.
For our viewers, we began by prepping the food by chopping the cilantro, chopping up the tomatoes, cutting the limes in half.
I have a special guest, Caitlin, a registered dietitian who will discuss some health modifications that we can make.
Yes, I was just wondering how these food choices and the location relate to health issues that occur in Ecuador.
Here's another optional ingredient that some people add to the dish. It's plantain chips.
Chopping the tomatoes, cutting the limes in half, chopping the onions, and dicing the fish.